Pledge of Allegiance. Because Daniel, you're gonna show us the
Yes. So meeting has been called to order, and
Yep.
pledge of allegiance, please. The flag will be shared.
Perfect. All right. All right. So let's get started. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one
nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, very good. Item 3, roll call, please.
Roll call. Chair Anbao,
Present.
Commissioner Nasir Lalani,
Present.
Commissioner Ernesto Batista,
Present.
Commissioner Irvish Kumar Mehta,
Present.
Commissioner Bin Wen, Commissioner Bin Wen, absent. Vice Chair Ratan Chowdhury, Vice Chair Ratan Chowdhury, absent. Commissioner Guy Haas,
Present.
thank you.
Okay.
Seating of alternates, we don't have seating of alternates today. Approval of agenda for June 15th.
Okay. Right, because I see Commissioner Bin is signed in, but he's on mute. All right, so approval of agenda. I think everybody got a copy of the agenda. Any corrections or you would like to make? I think today we have a full agenda, 12 items. Okay, so okay, I need a motion. Can a commissioner please give me a motion to approve the agenda?
I give motion to approve the agenda. This is Mr. Nasir.
Okay, very good. And then do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Haas, thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, item number 6, approval of meeting minutes. We'll bring up I think you've all received a copy of the meeting minutes. Did anybody not receive a copy? All right, so the meeting minutes is for the May 4th. Any corrections or any corrections you would like to make? All right, so may I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
I second. Nasir.
Okay.
Second, aye.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
if you could please call the roll
Ah.
for each vote, please. Which
Yes.
commissioner?
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Which commissioner approved the minutes?
I move to approve. Guy Haas.
And that's Commissioner Guy Haas. Thank you. And then I think second was Commissioner Lalani.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, all in favors? Aye.
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 Thank you. Okay, item number 7, public forum. Members of the audience are invited to address the commission on any subject not on the agenda. Speakers must state their names. Address is optional for the record, and limit the remarks to 3 minutes or less. And for items not listed on the agenda, no response is required of city staff or commissioners. However, commissioners may ask staff to place the item on a future meeting agenda. Do we have any comments from the public?
I don't think we have any comments from the public, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so item number 8, we'll go to announcements. So I think Daniel had have an announcement about the sending out the various handbooks.
Yes. So we have a, I believe it was given to this, the commission and the City of Milpitas Commissioners Handbook and the Parliamentary Procedures book was distributed to some of the commissioners. So what I will have is I will have the paper copy available for our in-person meeting when we go back to City Hall. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, thank you. And really to add to his announcements, if in one of the manuals, please take a look at the section called sorry, Daniel, that slipped
Sure.
my mind.
Mr. Chair, I think it was page number 12. So parliamentary procedures at meetings of the commissioner's handbook, I believe you wanted to.
Oh, thank you. And then, yeah, so that is in reference to the Brown Act. Now, I know that we have many new commissioners this time this year, and so this is a reminder for existing commissioners as well, and for new commissioners, that we are bound by the Brown Act, which means that we cannot discuss business items outside of this meeting, outside of this forum. So if you have a proposals, if you have new ideas, so thank you. I welcome those. Thank you for being so proactive for us. But if you send it to us, then by law we cannot respond to that. So please bring it to. So please do not use email. Do not discuss these items outside of this meeting. When you have a good when you have a proposal or an idea, please come to this forum, and then you can present it in the as we move on, or there's a section for future agenda items. Then you can, and also roundtable, you can make your proposals there. Okay, so please don't be disappointed that we don't respond quickly to your emails and so on, because we're not supposed to by law. It's not that we don't like you.
I wanted to add one more thing. If you have items that you would like to consider adding to the agenda, you can send it to the staff, and we'll be adding it to the potential items that will go on the agenda. And of course, we can't add every item on the business items. It will be prioritized by the chair and vice chair for discussion.
Yes, thank you for that reminder. Yes, you send it. You can send it to Daniel and Director Liu, and then we'll place it on the agenda. Thank you. Any other announcements from the Vice Mayor or anything else? Okay, very good. Let's go to moving on to number 9, business items, existing items. 9A, status check on presentation of the 2020 work plan by City Council. So Daniel can bring up the status update. So basically we as you may recall, we have an approved work plan from the city council. So these are items that we must deliver this year, and these are the official items that we will work on. And so on here, so then each of the, so I'm going to use the same format that we use for project management, which is every meeting I will flash up the status, and then we'll go through the goals, and then you can give a quick update. Status green, yeah, we do the red, yellow, green, and then what AIs you're working on and what's coming up. So that way, you don't have to the commissioners don't have to spend a lot of time preparing slides. And just a quick update. So we have several goals. Goal number 1 is odor sensors. I listed a status green, and I think last time Commissioner Mehta was generous enough to volunteer. So that was captured in the meeting minutes from Daniel, and we have it here. So then, yeah. So I'm not going to ask for status today because we haven't been active enough. But just go along and so you can see what's up, and then you can have a copy of this. I think Daniel, you can send this out to everybody, right? So they can see what they're working on. Okay, then item number 2 is traffic congestion. Obviously, once everybody goes back to work, we'll go back to that traffic jams that we love so much. And Commissioner Chowdhury had volunteered for this goal, but I see that there are a lot of AIs here. So may I have a co-owner, a volunteer to be the co-owner of this, so that there'll be 2 people working on these AIs. Anybody care about the traffic and you want to volunteer? Okay.
Chair and Bao,
Yes.
I can certainly take up the task.
Okay, well, thank you very much. So that's Commissioner Mehta. Yes, and we will have maximum of 2 owners per goal. Okay, so let me add that. And item number 3, so that is IT technology projects. So I'm listing it here as green, and so then we'll be working with Mike on the project throughout the year. Okay, item number 4, it's a shuttle service, and I apologize that my apologies that at the last meeting I did not get a chance to write down all the volunteers' names, and I'm missing a few names here. I know Commissioner Haas, Commissioner Lalani, and a few other people did volunteer. So if you would please re-volunteer. So for shuttle service, can I have someone volunteer for this item? So Commissioner Haas or Lanali?
Okay. How's in for shuttle?
Yep. Okay. No pressure.
No.
And
Thank
I
you.
can help him. This is Lalani. So
Okay, very good.
Go on,
Okay, so I'll put Commissioner Lalani and Commissioner Haas. Thank you. Don't worry, there are still more items to volunteer for. All right, so item number 5, actually, so actually Commissioner Lam and I had co-owned this, but obviously he's he's not on this commission this year. So I'll keep this one, and if you have an interest in this item here, who would like to co-volunteer for this item?
I like to go volunteer with this. This is
Thank-
Nalani.
Okay.
Presentation.
Okay, thank you. So I think that was the last one. We have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. And let's see, Commissioner, I think Commissioner Bin and Commissioner Ernesto doesn't have anything ownership yet. So Commissioner Ernesto, would you like to co-own one of these items?
Traffic one, if people need help on that, I can help out.
Okay, okay, thank you. So I'll put you down for traffic as well.
And Bao, do you hear me? This is Ben.
Oh, hello, Commissioner Bin.
Yeah, somehow I lost the audio. Yeah,
Yeah, I
can
noticed that.
go number item go number 5.
Go number 5, very good, thank you.
Sir, if you, Chair, sir, if you can permit, I would like to comment on that.
Yeah.
I believe that, since the project, all the projects, we only have, one commissioner assigned to that. So are you considering to have 2 commissioners, being assigned to that? So in case, if say, if one of the commissioner is absent, the another commissioner, can take up the task, please?
Yeah, so yeah, having 2 commissioners would be perfect. Thank you. Would you like to? Let's see. You have actually Commissioner Uvish. There, I know that you are very interested in technology. Would you like to co-own number 3 with me for IT technology?
Sure, sir.
Yeah, because I think this fits with some of the proposals that you're bringing forth. And I think item 1, odor sensor, is the only one that only has 1 person. In the spirit of having multiple owners, would someone else like to co-own number 1 with Commissioner Ovish? Nobody cares that much about odor sensors, huh? All right, so we'll keep it as is then. Thank you, and that's what I have for today on the status check for the work plan. May I please have a motion to receive and file?
Motion.
So moved.
I'm sorry, who? So that was Commissioner Haas. Thank
Yep.
you. And then may I have a second?
Second.
Aye.
Commissioner.
So that was, okay, we'll call Commissioner Uvish second then. Thank you. All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, so next item is 9B for the business card. So I think since we have a lot of visitors and presenters from the industry, whenever they come, they give us their business cards, but we didn't have a business card to give back to them except for our personal card or from work outside. So I think thank you to Commissioner Uvesh who gave us the proposal to print the business cards for everyone. So I think Daniel, you have some news on that.
Yes, we'll prepare the business cards and we will have it ready for each commissioner in our in-person meeting.
Right, thank you. So how does everybody feel about that?
I think it's a good
I'm
idea.
okay with that.
All
Yeah,
right.
we
Ooh, I
should
see a
have it.
thumbs up from Ernesto. All right.
It's a
Now-
good plan, but we don't want to have too many of them. Are you talking about 50 or 25 per?
It's up to you, commissioners. If 50 is good, then we can print 50 per commissioner.
Whatever is the minimum allowed to print it within the cost, I should go with that probably.
I think we self-print, right? We don't
Yes.
order it. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a template that is designed for all city commissions, and we'll be using that template to print the business cards for you in a cardstock.
Now, do we have? I noticed because I had a card from another commission, from the art commission. Now, do we have to provide you with our number and email address, or you already have that?
I do have email addresses, but I would like to confirm some of the information, so I'll reach out to each commissioner individually.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All
I
right.
have a question,
Yes.
Chair, if you allow me.
Yes, please.
Would the email would be used the personal emails, or are we going to get one from the city? For the business purposes, I think we should not be using the personal emails. I believe that way.
Yeah. I,
What do you
I
guys
saw from the template that is your personal email, because we don't have a city email. But then of course you can elect not to print
Right.
your personal email.
But we have seen it, what has happened, once you use the personal email for your purpose of the city business, and someday it will show up that why did you use the personal emails.
I see. You don't
So-
want it to be okay.
Something the city has to look at it and see that what is their guidelines are. And this question is also for the Vice Mayor Bob to think about it. What do you guys think? Are we allowed to use our personal emails for the commissioner's business? Vice Mayor?
Commissioner Lonnie, if I may, I believe all the other commissioners are using their personal emails. I think some of the commissioners might be creating a separate accounts for that, because city doesn't create an account for each commission.
Okay.
So from what I've seen, I think elected officials have the city email, but for volunteers like us, we don't get one. We use
Okay.
our own.
If that's the guidelines, I'm perfectly fine. I mean,
Okay.
nobody should question it in future after 5 years that why did we use the personal emails?
Right. Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
So thank you for that question. That's very good. Yes.
Chair Ann, and as well as Vice Mayor Bob Nunes. If you permit me, sir, I think I have some suggestions to make for that, please.
Yeah, sure.
So, well, the business card, as far as my understanding is there, the commissioners, for the Milpitas City Commissioner, they are the advisory body to the city of Milpitas. So, what I'm trying to make a point here is that the business card activity, that should be confined to related to the business associated with the city of Milpitas only, and so would be the case in terms of providing the information associated with the business card that has to be limited to the city of Milpitas only. Whereas when we see the Science, Technology, and Innovation Commission's commission's positioning within the city of Milpitas, I'm certain that for the part of a future scope, there would be affiliations and a partnership that would be going along with the city of Milpitas. But it is also equally important to understand that how the business card that would be the purpose of the business card that would be aligning with the city of Milpitas. So it would be better to set the guidelines for the commissioner as to where to utilize those cards. That would be really helpful.
Yeah, so I think Daniel put in had a description here that's only used for official commission business. But Daniel, is there a printed guideline, or is there something that we can distribute along with the cards?
Yes, Chair. I will check. I will check if there is a written guidelines for that. But I do know that it is used only for official commission business. So I'll check and return back to you.
Thank you. Yeah, saying
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So If there's nothing else, may I have a motion to receive and file this information? Can someone please give me a motion to receive and file?
Motion approved, sir.
Motion.
Yes, for me.
So that's from Commissioner
Bin.
Bin. Thank you. Who can second that?
Second.
Second.
Commissioner Bautista. All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, so the next item, 9C, is preventing online censorship. So I think Commissioner Mehta, you prepared to give us a little information on your proposal?
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, Chair N, and as well as Vice Mayor Bob Nunes. The online privacy censorship. I have sent an email out with regards to the President Donald Trump's association with the recent with the recent affiliation with the posting of and as well as the media usage with the technology provider Twitter, and as well as some of the other technology provider, which is Facebook, as well as Instagram, and some of the social media provider that has been utilizing the technology platform to promote the news. Now, in accordance with the Online Privacy Act, the executive order that has been introduced by the President Donald Trump, it has been noted that some of the facts and the information that has been provided within the platform, like a Twitter as well as Instagram, some of the information that has not been verified as a part of a news, that's been put across the social media. So now the technology platforms, they are utilizing a tool, which is called a fact check, to verify that the information that has been posted and shared on the social media platforms, that has any relevance with the information that has been obtained from the different data analytics or not, and whether based upon that information that has any substance evidence with respect to the matter of fact that has been posted. Now, having that info, the first thing that I would like to mention that when such information has been posted on a social media platform, there is a consequences of the information that has been posted, and the interpretation of that information has been taken in a different manners. So and this is also one of the classified case when President Trump posted the information on the Twitter account, and the Twitter started fact checking the president's information and verified that whether the President Trump's media post on a Twitter which was actually true based on a true data analytics or not. So it is important to understand from a city of Milpitas perspective that the social media platforms like a YouTube, Facebook, that we have been utilizing, we have to work with this organization in order to verify our authenticity with them. So say if we have a Twitter account with the Twitter company as a city of Milpitas, we have to have the city of Milpitas account be verified. We have to have a authorized user being posting the information on the Twitter account. So some of the content that is being posted through the city of Milpitas on the YouTube website as well as Facebook website, we have to be certain that the content that has been posted through the city of Milpitas has a verification, and as well as the data information with them be verified and then being posted. And where the Online Privacy Act that is going to help is that the information we post today, say at any particular given point of time in the future, any public comment or public information as a feedback that we are going to receive, we should be having the data analytics with us before posting that information on any social media platform, to make sure that we have that information verified and then being posted to this social media platform. In terms of when this information is going to be verified by these social media platforms, the city of Milpitas, will be the sole owner of this information, and they have the intellectual as well as the proprietary rights, for that information and to share on the social media platforms. And in the event, if the information being verified by those platforms, the Online Censorship Privacy Act, that is going to prevent such organization on misclassification of the information that is being posted by the government agencies on the platform, on the social media platform. So that's how the Online Censored Privacy Act is going to help. But before any proceedings on that, I would like to refer this to the with the city of Milpitas, city of Milpitas law attorney, in order to get the verification that this is something that as an executive order which has been passed. But before any information or any social media usage that is going to be utilized in the furthermore or in the future by the city of Milpitas, and when any information that is going to be shared through the city of Milpitas to this social media platform, I would like to have the verification of that information from the city attorney on this topic. So I urge the vice mayor and as well as Chair Ann Bao to have the participation of a city attorney on this matter, and as well as verify that on the implementation of the Online Censored Privacy Act with the city of Milpitas, and as well as the social media platform that is being utilized by the city of Milpitas. Because being in the Silicon Valley, city of Milpitas should be the city to consider this, and as well as perform the implementation of this law and make a founding step towards pioneering the efforts on utilization of a social media through the governance, as the governance data is the most classified data around, and being posted on the social media platform. It is equally going to help the governance to manage what information is required to be posted and what is actually in accordance to work with the law with the Science, Technology and Innovation Commission of City of Milpitas, sir.
You're on mute.
Sorry about that. Yes, thank you. So thank you, Commissioner Uvish, for that information. I guess we open that up to questions from the panel.
Well, I have a question. This is Commissioner Batista.
Yes.
I mean, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, these social media sites have been already there for the past 10 years. I mean, I would assume that the city of Milpitas is pretty active and already has some guidelines and some employees there that are and that vent this information before they go out and post stuff up on the social websites, regardless if it's Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn.
Or maybe that's a question for.
Hi, Jed. This is Mike Liu. I can
Yes.
answer that if I can.
Yes, please.
So the city about five and a half years ago, when we were preparing to be more active on social media, and I think Daniel was one of the members that worked on those guidelines in terms of directing staff and who should have access to accounts to be posted and approval process. So we do have a process and a guidelines in place. Now, the city manager's office is also working on updating that and produce a more robust guidelines to kind of, with the current social media and outlets more of that to come, but we do have one in place, and a more robust one is going to be coming soon also.
Well, thank you for that. Now, currently, so if the mayor or the vice mayor makes an announcement on the City of Milpitas Facebook or YouTube, does anybody fact check them?
I can tell you that I would suspect that most people fact check us, but officially, I'm not sure that we have somebody do that from the city staff. But I do know that when I've done it, I get comments all the time with regard to any kind of fact that I put in there. Somebody will say, you have the date wrong, or you have this, you could have got a little clearer. But I don't believe there is someone at City Hall that does that. And correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, I think the police department, fire department, park and rec, and there's one other office. So there's 4 different offices that have the ability to put something out. And when we had a PIO, that person used to do the fact checking. They had to run it by that person first. But since that position has been vacant, I don't think there is a centralized person that does it. And that's been 3 months, Mike? Is that about right?
So, so right now, from a social media perspective, like the police department, it goes up to the chief and the captains. But from a COVID perspective, it goes to the city manager's office, and is also going to the communication consultant right now that they have on board. So every COVID, any memos that are going through is going up that channel, and before it get posted to social media. We do have a crisis communication meeting every Friday to discuss all those social media postings and what's being posted, so everyone's in the loop on those fronts. Hopefully, does that answer your question, Vice Mayor?
Yes, and I think that's what it was. Each sort of department or division does that. We do sort of focus it when it comes to COVID. It was a little more focused when we had a PIO. Yes, so I think that's sort of where we were at and where we're at now.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So then I guess the suggestion from Commissioner Uvish here is that, so Mike, as your department is revamping the guideline for the social media posting, then you can keep in mind for that about the about someone fact checking all the information before they're posted, right?
That is correct. I mean, right now there's a process that any mass communication will go up the channel, go to the city manager's office, and get approved before that get published or distributed.
Okay, so there's an approval process they go through. Okay. So, any other comment on this presentation? Okay, thank you, Commissioner Uvish. Can Commissioner, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sir, I would like to I would like to comment on further is that, it is not just related to the IT department of Milpitas. It is also associated with any future implementation of a technology within the city of Milpitas, whether that be a fire department, whether that be a police department, or whether that be a city hall, and as well as the other information technology service provider within the city of Milpitas. Having having the opportunity of Online Censorship Act implementation is going to be something foundation to implement the cybersecurity law within the city of Milpitas. So I request you, and as well as Vice Mayor Bob Nunes, to have defer this to the city attorney on the verification of implementation, as well as I request Director Mike to have the guideline be set, and as well as be referred to the city attorney, for the implementation, because it is not only just a well-being of the city of Milpitas, but it is also going to be providing the right set of information, through the governance, through the citizen of city of Milpitas.
That's a good interest. That's a good point. It's not just us, but also the other departments in the city as well. That's right. So
if I may,
yes,
go ahead and fashion an email or a letter from yourselves as a commission through the chair to Mike, to me. And I'll be more than happy to take it and discuss it with the city manager. Do it within the confines of the structure of your commission. And as soon as you can do that, I would be more than happy to take it.
Sure. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
I'll do that. And I will have that attention to yourself, and as well as the chair about from a Science Technology Innovation Commission as well.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. So may I have a motion to receive and file?
Motion approved, sir.
Okay. So that's from Commissioner Ovish.
Second, Lalani.
Okay, Commissioner Lalani second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
All right, and the next item is 9D, which is assignment of Milpitas City Commissioners to state and federal agencies. So, Commissioner Ovish, can you walk us through this item?
Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much again, for the opportunity, sir. As we know that city of Milpitas has a multiple division, and as well as it is comprised of a different technology platforms. The technology platforms are a wide range of technologies, and also to consider that that having affiliations with the state, having affiliation with the county as well as state and national agencies, that would allow not only the right set of implementation of a technology paradigms within the city of Milpitas, but it is equally going to help the city to promote new programs, new talent, and as well as implementation of a technology as being a part of a epicenter in the Silicon Valley. So I'm currently working with the federal agency collaboration center in order to work on the presentation, which can be presented as a part of to have affiliations program be established within the city of Milpitas. So as soon as I would say that I currently have scheduled a meeting with them in the next following weeks. Once I will have an update, sir. I will go ahead and update you with the information for the city of Milpitas, and as well as update the commissioners, and as well as the vice mayor.
Oh, I see. So I think if I read it correctly, so you're proposing that each commissioner would be a liaison to one of the other agencies for cooperation on IT matters.
Yes, sir. So some of the when we mentioned that how the Science, Technology, and Innovation Commissions and the commissioner chairs as a part of a city of Milpitas, they are affiliated. every city, every county and state, and as well as national government, they have an affiliation with the different technology providers and non-profit organization, which is basically pioneering the technology platforms. Now, one of some of the providers that that we would list are Federal Trade Communication, Federal Communication Commission, as well as the ICANN, the IANA, as well as the CAB. Now, what these platforms allow the city of Milpitas to do is to implement the technology in a right set of standards. And all the organization, they have their own governance advisory body. So having our commissioners being a part of those organization would allow the commissioner to promote the technology platform that is being pioneered by those technology providers, as well as the implementation of that technology within the city of Milpitas at the specific standards and with the level that it is required to achieve in order for technology to work. So some of the organization, they are they are the CAP Forum. Now, one of the thing that I wanted to mention right now is that the city of Milpitas website, every website basically maintains their own certificate authority in order for the validation of a content that is being posted on the website. So as you can see that the city of Milpitas with the website which is not a secure platform currently. Now, in order to have the website being a secure platform, it requires a certificate authority, and the certificate to be posted on it. Now, what other part of a content that is being posted on the website, that has to be verified as well. Now, some of this work that is something required to work with the city of Milpitas IT department and Director Mike Liu, and as well as the manager Daniel Nam. I'm certain that they have certain set of agenda to work on these matters. However, having commissioner being appointed to this organization would allow the city of Milpitas IT department, police department, fire department, and other internet partnering organization within the city to develop the right set of technology and referring those technology standards to the city of Milpitas government in order to implement the technology in a proper way. So CAB Forum, it is a California Browser Forum, which allows the verification and provides the certification authority for the different websites. So having being part of this organization would not only allow city of Milpitas to explore another paradigm, but as well as promote the city of Milpitas as a government advisory body to the different organization. So what my suggestion here is, sir, to consider a proposal to have all commissioner being appointed to the government advisory body of this organization, so that city of Milpitas can benefit from the technology platforms and the new and the upcoming technology that is coming up that is coming up, and as well as allow them to promote the set of ideas which is required for governance to implement the technology with the right set of a foundation, sir.
So Mike and Daniel, do we participate in these organizations?
Yeah, I mean, from a staff perspective, we do belong to like MISA, which is the statewide IT within all the municipalities, and also the Fed Security Task Force. So we do, as staff, belong to some. I mean, they are plenty, like Commissioner Overs mentioned. Definitely will have to evaluate and would make recommendations in terms of which one, but they're all many out there to be joined, and most of them are free to join and participate on their, like they do have monthly or weekly webinars and stuff like that staff can attend.
I see. So currently, I think staff is a member of some of these organizations, but not the commissioners. So I think the proposal here is to have the commissioners be involved as well.
Sir, if you permit me, sir, I
Yes.
would like to suggest something.
Mm-hmm.
So generally, the organizations, the CAP Forum, as well as IANA, ICANN, Federal Communication Commission, all these organizations are a government body organization, and some of these organizations are also non-profit organization. They all the organization, they maintain a separate governance group in order to provide the right set of guidelines, because as the information and as well as the technology works in accordance with the government, there are different set of guidelines, that has been set aside for the governance, to have the technology platform and the implementations being made. So CAP Forum, they also have their own governance group, and they also have a different regional commissioners, participating in the different meetings and the webinars in order to promote and as well as to implement the technology within their own region. So having commissioners participating in the webinar and as well as join and becoming a part of this organization would not only allow the commissioner to promote the technology, but it is also making the city of Milpitas part of this governance as well. So having governance being part of allowed to regulate, having government being a part of this organization, non-profit organization, as well as the US the federal government organization would set the right set of regulation and standards for the government to operate themselves with the technology platform, sir.
I see. So would you be able to come back to us with a list of these organizations, and then maybe Mike and Daniel and us can evaluate those and see what we can do?
Sure. I've shared the document with the staff, and as well as send the required details to the staff with regards to the information as a government, as a part to the having City of Milpitas affiliation be formed with this organization. I will also share further details on that. What are the groups? They are part of a government advisory body and a committee. As the City of Milpitas, to be participating to, sir.
I see. Okay, so I think Mike and Daniel, you can review the list, right?
Yes. And just back on earlier commission mentions about the secure a certificate SSL. Most every application that are exposed to external, we do by SSL certificate to GoDaddy. So the city does have SSL, wildcard SSL to all the external application. The website is also got SSL on it, but we also not forcing it. We do secure and non-secure. The reason why with that is for security on our website, a lot of times if you have transactions that are transmitting personal data going through, you definitely will need to have an SSL or secure site. Since most of our transactions online, we are linking to a vendor that are providing application like, let's say, payment, credit card payments or something. The city does not hold or store any credit cards. We pass all that on the user directly to the service provider, which will also do the transaction. So hopefully that explains it.
Sir, if I may, if you permit me, please.
Mhm.
Yes, that is, as what the director, Mike has suggested. For most of the technology implementation, we would have to refer to the director Mike and director Daniel, in order to provide us the information as what on what particular set of implementation they require the advice from the Science Technology Innovation Council council members, and as well as from the commission. However, some of the technology implementation, which is out there already, by the city of Milpitas, regardless of the content and the platform, that and as well as the website, that is being implemented by the city of Milpitas, as of now, there are no payment. There are no payment standards, that is being implemented. There are no services, that is being provided by the city of Milpitas, which requires a payment authentication and verification. However, it is also equally to understand here that the content that is being shared through the city of Milpitas, say for the meeting agendas, as well as the some of the information for the officials that has been posted, that content has to be secured and has to be verified, and as well as the content and the website that is being accessible to the public, any at particular any particular given point, the information out there, that is required to be secured. So I would certainly like to request here, and as well as urge the director Mike, and as well as the manager Daniel, to consider consider to have the certificate, the secure certificate, being posted, for the city website, because it is not just to prevent the information, but it is also going to it is also going to secure the information for the content, and as well as the content that is being utilized by the public and the city of Milpitas. The website is being accessible to the to all the people within the on the internet. So this information is vital and required to be secured. But I would still, as Director Mike has suggested, it is a very wide range topic in terms of a security, and as well as Science, Technology, and Innovations Commission, that whether as going on further, for the future scope of implementation of a technology, that how much having a SSL certificate on the website, how much is that important? Because it is not just a matter of having the SSL certificate being posted, but any technology implementation within the departments of a city of Milpitas, it is an essential part to make the technology and the platform secure through the certificate, sir.
All right, thank you. So I guess Mike and Daniel, you can review that then.
Yes.
Yes, and time check. We have 2 minutes left. So any other quick comment before we move on? Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. I'm glad that everybody is so interested and very energetic in our commission. So may I have a motion to receive and file?
So moved.
So that's Commissioner Haas. Can I have a second?
Second, sir.
Second, Commissioner Uvesh. Thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. So let's moving on to item 9D, future agenda items. So I think at the next meeting, I think Commissioner Uvesh, you have 2 more proposals. So will you be able to speak to those at the next meeting?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think for today's meeting, I think there were 2 agendas which are very important for Science, Technology, and Innovation Commission to consider, and as well as see that as a part of a technology, that what are some of the implementation, that's something required and essential for for the city of Milpitas, and whether implementing those, would be beneficial to how, it is going to be beneficial to the city of Milpitas. That is something, very important to review. So I wanted to thank you all, Commissioner, for considering that. And I also wanted to say that, some of this implementation is not just, for the base of a technology, to a new technology, that is, coming out, and, it's every technology that is, being updated, very rapidly, and, on a day-to-day basis, we do utilize these platforms. However, when we see in terms of a utilization and the information, that is, that is being posted on this platform, how that is, being utilized. So the law and some of the acts, that is, that's, coming as a part of, as a part of, to facilitate the people the right, that, whether what is the right set of information to be shared, and how, that how the technology platforms works, to understand that, that is, very, very important. So that is going to help the citizens, and as well as the city of Milpitas, that, what should have been, how the acts, that is going to help, and, how the technology implementation is going to work according to that. That is, very important, sir. So thank you very much.
Mr. Chair and Commissioners, if I may, for any the documents that you would like to share in the next meeting, if you could please send it to me at least minimum of 72 hours prior to the meeting, so we can properly post it on the city's website as an attachment, and also other commissioners will have an opportunity to review the document before the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you for the reminder. I know I'm guilty of not sending you enough early enough. So other future items that the other commissioners would like to add for coming up meetings. Okay, so I do have, okay, nothing else. I do have one. I know in the past, Chairman Alcorn had a very good idea, and he had, because all of us come from the private industry, and I know Commissioner Ovesh is a software expert, and I think Commissioner Lalani is a network expert. Commissioner Bin is from Laurel, and so in the past, what we do is, so we bring. I think we had a voluntary. It's not. It's yes. Yeah. So it's not mandatory. It's strictly voluntary. But I would ask that people would do a 10-minute presentation of technology, interesting technology that you're working on. I know in the past, Commissioner Bautista, he had a wonderful presentation on cancer research, and actually that helped me. That helped me to understand my own testing. So thank you for that. And then I did a quick presentation on the cloud computing technology and industry. So so I would like to start doing that again. And to do that, so one item I would like to place on the future, not the next meeting, but maybe the follow-on meeting, is that I will do a quick presentation on data analytics. And what that does, it tells you how companies like Facebook and Google and the NSA and the government, how they spy on you and how they process your data. And so I'll start with that, and then other commissioners, please be thinking about it. And then next time we'll ask for volunteers on whether you have something interesting to share.
Good idea.
Okay.
That's good.
It's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah. Or if you like to volunteer now, we'll take you as a volunteer.
I'll have to think through it, because mine is mostly on the IT side of it, technology and the testing and the reliability side of the products. So I don't know how much that is relevant to us today in the STIC commissioning. Someday
We'll
I
be
can
interested.
definitely bring it, even it may be boring to a few people, boring to all of us, but in future I'll try and bring it up, no problem.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we're science geek here. Is there anything technical that you want to present? we eat it all up.
Okay.
So Commissioner Lalani, can we put you on a future agenda item sometime?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So Daniel, can you please add that? Commissioner Bautista, any more research that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I would like to hear from you, Commissioner Batista.
And even if it's a repeat of your last
Yeah.
presentation, I thought that was so good.
Research is evolving, so quickly, and especially now with COVID, these companies in the Bay Area have just been just booming with trying to get the cure for that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting new stuff on going on there. I think with COVID, it's really changed out the medical world on what it needs to do for testing and everything. But I will do some researching, dig into that, and then see if I can get some good material to talk about.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you. All right. Any other volunteers before we move on to roundtable? Okay, so for that item, can a commissioner please give me a motion to note and file?
Motion to receive and file.
Receive and file.
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Bautista and Commissioner Haas. Thank you. All right, and item number 10, roundtable. So we'll go from the upper left, Commissioner Uvesh. Any roundtable item?
Sir, I think I would like to suggest here that since with the ongoing pandemic and COVID-19, there has been a recent exposure notification API that has been introduced by the Apple and Google partnership, sir. And I think it would be important that I would like to have I would like to refer this to IT Director Mike and as well as Manager Daniel in order to also suggest us that because having built the application, having City of Milpitas own application built, and also providing a set of a help to the citizens and as well as to the City of Milpitas through the contact tracing and exposure notification application that is going to help to identify and as well as verify the citizens that what is something viable and a safe environment for them when they go out within the City of Milpitas. It could having the contact tracing exposure notification application implementation is just not going to help City of Milpitas. But right now, there are different states and as well as different cities. They are implementing their own API based upon the exposure notification API that has been provided by the Google and Apple. So I request to consider that proposal, and pick item as a part of a next meeting agenda, sir, please.
Yes, I think that's on item 9E, which is you're presenting next week, right?
Yes, sir.
I see contact tracing and NSA cybersecurity. So that is on the agenda.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing on it. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much, sir.
Right. Commissioner Bautista, any roundtable item?
No, thank you very much.
Thank you. Commissioner Haas, any roundtable item?
Nothing here.
Thank you. Commissioner Lalani.
Nothing, none.
Thank you. Manager Daniel, any item?
No, thank you.
Okay, then Director Mike, any other roundtable?
Nothing to add right now, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Ben Nguyen, anything else?
No, not for me now.
Okay, thank you. So that's the roundtable. Did I need a motion to finish the roundtable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May I have a motion to receive and file for roundtable?
Yes,
okay, there's Commissioner Lani, and second is Commissioner Uvesh. All in
Yes, sir.
favor? All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. And item, okay, we are now 9 minutes over time. All right. Item number 11, liaison report.
Mr. Chair,
yeah,
Vice Mayor had to attend another meeting, so
yeah.
he's not here. Staff report. IT Director Mike might have. Mike, do you have a report?
Nothing to report from staff. We do have our ITSP going on on the council agenda tomorrow. That is that presentation that Commission received from Third Wave, Roy Hernandez,
Right.
in May. So that's we were going to go in May, except we didn't get a chance to cover that. So that's going to be coming back to the agenda tomorrow evening during council.
Oh, I see. That's tomorrow. Okay, so that's gonna go till midnight again. To ask if you come to the council and ask for money, okay, that'll go to midnight. All right. So may I have a motion to receive and file the liaison reports?
Yes, for me.
So that Commissioner Bin
Second, sir.
and second by Commissioner Uvesh. Thank you. On favor, say aye.
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 Okay. Number 12, adjournment. Motion to adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
So Commissioner Haas, second. Commissioner Uvesh, okay. Meeting adjourned. Thank you so much. See you next
Thank
time.
you,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
So thank you, Mike and Daniel.
Thank you, Chair.
All right.
Thank you, Commissioners.